I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. Like I said, we have 30 items loaded up in the shop. Let's get started. It is 4:59 p.m. Central Time. If you guys don't know, my name is Kent, Animal Vet 52. I have a bookstore in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Oh, I should probably mute my phone. If you guys don't know, I am right in the middle of my bookstore. Selling books to you tonight. Let's get started. Like I said, we have 30 books loaded up in the shop. Those are the ones right there. Sorry about that, M. Hines. I'm sorry. You didn't mean to do that. That was probably really loud. But we're going to start out with, I got 4 cool mystery lots that I wanted to start out with. So here we go. This is 2 vellum bindings. I do not get vellum bindings very often. And these are really, really old. Volume 2 and 3. Nice antique set here. And I believe, is that I think that's Italian. I'm not going to try to translate any of this, but it is volume 2 and 3, published in 1837. Let me show you the title page of volume 3 quick. Volume 3 is 1838. Yeah, that's the theme music for the night. And again, I believe it's either Italian or Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it's Italian. Okay. By waving your hands. That's true. Dynamo, I'm not even gonna attempt any sort of rendition of this title. I'm just gonna show you the title page. And again, great leather bindings from 1837 and 1838. I don't know too much about them except for that they're beautiful antique vellum books. 10 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds on the rebid. First lot of the day. Let's go. Looking for $1 on the pair. 1837 and 1838 books in Italian with vellum bindings. Pretty incredible books right here. We are at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $5 a piece for these. Crazy deal. Again, volume 2 is 1837. Volume 3 is 1838. Really nice vellum bindings. And I'm sure they're interesting books as well. Montana Vintage at 21. You got it, Montana. Thank you very much, Neil. I appreciate that. I think you're going to do pretty well with those. Mr. Montana Vintage got it. All right, mystery lot number 2 of the day. This one's pretty cool. This is part of the Myths and Legends of Mankind set. This is Teutonic Myth and Legend by Donald A. Mackenzie. The spine does have a little bit of wear. You can see some tearing along that rear cover hinge right there. The front cover hinge also has a tiny little tear right there. Nice tight binding and tight inside hinges. Looks pretty good. Highly, highly illustrated book on mythology. There you go. Teutonic Myth and Legend by Donald A. Mackenzie, published in 1934. Really nice antique book of mythology. And again, there's a few color plates and lots of black and white illustrations. You have Loki and Thor and Zeus and Beowulf and demons and dragons. What else do you have? You have Sigmund, Sigurd the Dragon Slayer, Siegfried, etc., etc., etc. The Land of the Giants, the Wonderful Rose Garden. Show you some of the illustrations. Do I have some good occult books on eBay? I don't know. I try to bring a little bit of it to both places. I have a cool book on psychical. Here, I'll show you. One of the lots. Actually, we got a couple great lots coming up. Symbolic Prophecy of the Great Pyramid and the Society for Psychical Research. So we got some cool occult books coming up today for sure. But yeah, I'm sure I have a few on eBay as well. But I try to mix them in. I try to bring good stuff to both platforms. Nice illustrated 1934 Teutonic Myth and Legend from 1934 with lots of plates in this one. 10 seconds on the clock. This is a pretty pricey book. 1934 Teutonic Myth and Legend with a bunch of plates. And again, this has Thor, Loki, Beowulf, all the great mythologies throughout history. We are at 10, 11, and 13. Looking for 15 on this one. Great deal. Highly illustrated book of mythology. Orion in at 17. Orion _ Dragon Scale got that one. Thank you, Orion. I appreciate it. I'm going to do 2 more mystery lots for you, and then we'll get back into the preloaded items. As always, we're going to run those right in order for you and mix in mystery lots throughout the whole show. This is a great binding right here. 2 Travelers in Europe, a unique history told by one of them. What a great floral binding on that one. And a castle. Steph Kitty, we got a castle. I guarantee you these 2 travelers visited some awesome castles in Europe. And this one is really nice condition. Yep, a lot of these Victorian oversized books, they did not survive very well. They're just too heavy, and the inside hinges and the bindings usually split on them. But this one is really nice and clean. 2 Travelers in Europe, a unique story told by one of them, what they saw and how they lived while traveling among half-civilized people of Morocco, the peasants of Italy and France, as well as the educated classes of Spain, Greece, and other country, by Miss Herman J. Hall. There's a portrait of her. Plus, this book has hundreds and hundreds of illustrations. Copyright 1898. This one is absolutely awesome. Highly illustrated book about travel in Europe. Yeah, great hair for sure. A lot of great books of architecture and scenery and different things about the people and cultures all over Europe during the Victorian era. Some great art illustrations. And again, this is a very, very clean copy. Look at that cover. What a great cover. 10 seconds on the clock. This one's a little bit heavy, so we're going to have to weigh a little bit more. Let's go. 1898, 2 Travelers in Europe. And what a cover on that one. And again, to find these big Victorian books in good condition, I mean, at a minimum, usually the inside hinges are going to be split, but these are absolutely solid. Great details on the cover. These covers absolutely awesome. We are at 22, looking for 24 on this one. Really special book right here. Angelina at 24. Angelina, you got it. Thank you very much. Great deal for Angelina. Angelina Marie, thank you very much. Yep, thank you. You're going to love that one. All right, up next, we do have some Harvard classics. I pulled some of the better titles for you. The Harvard classics, this is The Divine Comedy by Dante. Really, really clean condition. Tight binding, tight hinges. Looks like you do have a frontispiece illustration of the sin of anger. The Divine Comedy of Dante Alighieri, Hell, Purgatory, and Paradise. This one is copyright 1909. Just a really, really nice clean copy of The Divine Comedy by Dante. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Again, one of the better titles of the Harvard Classics. The Divine Comedy of Dante, copyright 1909. If you're looking for a nice antique copy of The Divine Comedy, we are at 6 and 7, looking for 8 on this one. Drottning in at 8, looking for 9. Drottning, got it. Thank you very much, Drottning. I appreciate it. I think your name, I think I saw you at someone else's show. That's Swedish, right? New customer number 1 of the night. Thank you so much. And thank you for your first purchase from me. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering your name. Sorry about that. All right, let's get to the preloaded items. Lot number 1 of the preloaded items is a really nice antique leather Washington Irving. This is the Cran Miscellany by Washington Irving. One of the better Washington Irving titles, in my opinion. Great, beautiful marbled end papers. Nice, tight inside hinges. Looks like there is some staining along some of the pages, but then some of the other pages look nice and clean. Maybe just the first couple pages have the staining. The Cran Miscellany by Washington Irving. Show you the frontispiece illustration right there. Copyright 1865. And this one has a tour on the prairie, so it has lots of cool stuff about Western and Midwestern hunting, hunting and trapping, all of the different colonial era forts and stuff. Lots of stuff on Native Americans. Looks like there are several illustrations in this one. And again, just a great title, A Tour on the Prairies. A lot of really interesting contents in this one. 10 seconds on the clock. The Cran Miscellany by Washington Irving, copyright 1865. Let's go. We have a $29 pre-bid on this one. We're at 33, looking for 35. Really beautiful leather book at 33 bucks. Caney, you got it. Nice and easy. Thank you, Caney. I appreciate that. Am I saying your name right, Caney, or am I butchering it? I don't know. At any rate, thank you for your purchase. All right, up next, we have a nice little 2-volume set of Our Mutual Friend, long A, Canny. Canny? Okay. Up next, we have a 2-volume set of Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. These, again, really nice, clean condition all the way around. And what elegant little spines with the little roses. Oh, Rose. Is Rose still here? I hope Rose is here. Look at those spines. Our Mutual Friend. Oh, there you are, Rose. Okay. Tight binding and tight hinges. These are really, really nice and clean. Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens, illustrated. These aren't dated. I would guess they're right around 1900, maybe to 1920. Early 1900s, probably about a little over 100 years old. And again, really nice, clean condition. Looks like we have a $19 pre-bid on this set, looking for 21. Beautiful set of Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. We're at 25, looking for 27. Jimmy Monto in the lead. Jimmy Monto, you got it nice and easy. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy had to get those. Those were awesome. All right, up next, we have a really cool old German prayer book. I don't know too much about this one, except for the fact that it's almost 200 years old. And look at the clasps. Really, really beautiful little gold-colored clasps. I would assume they're brass or bronze with the leather straps. And they actually do hold the book closed pretty tightly. So these are really good, usable clasps. I mean, almost all the time the clasps are going to get broken off or damaged. Yep, this one is awesome. What a great looking leather binding on this one. Really nice quality antique leather binding with the clasps. I will show you the title page. I don't know too much about it. It's just some sort of German Bible prayer sort of book. Published in Nördlingen in 1830. Yeah, this one is awesome. Yeah, hearts in the chat for this one for sure. I will show you around a little bit, but again, it's in German with the old style text. So it might be a little bit difficult to read. Even if you do know German, it might be a tiny bit difficult to read. We're not used to this sort of antique typography. And again, published in 1830, German prayer book with the clasp. I think the clasp really add a little extra special piece to it. Really cool. 1830 German prayer book. We have a $58 bid on this one, looking for 60. Really special old leather book right here. Mary Loves Vintage at 58. Yep, the spine is great as well. Mary Loves Vintage. You got it. New customer number 2 of the night. Thank you, Mary Loves Vintage. Thank you for your first purchase. I appreciate that. Mary Loves Vintage. I've definitely seen you around. I don't know if you're here right now, but thank you for the pre-bid. That was a great one. All right, we got a couple Robert Louis Stevenson preloaded, plus we have some mystery Robert Louis Stevenson coming up as well. Here we have The Master of Ballantrae by Robert Louis Stevenson. Great looking spine on this one with the thistle flowers. I learned last night that the thistle flowers have some protection symbology, plus some, was it Scottish? The Scottish that use a lot of thistle flowers. The Master of Ballantrae, A Winter's Tale by Robert Louis Stevenson, published by Charles Scribner's Son in 1907. I think there's a few illustrations in this one. Nice adventure story by Robert Louis Stevenson with a beautiful binding. We don't even have a bid, so we're going to start this one nice and cheap, looking for $1. Really, really clean condition. This one is really clean. We are at 9 and 10, looking for 11. Rose at 11, looking for 12. Very clean all the way around. Rose at 11. Rose got it. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. Great deal for Rose. Yeah, you can't go wrong. $11 for a 120-year-old book. All right, this one's cool. This one is a little better title. A Child's Garden of Verses, and other works by Robert Louis Stevenson. Again, with the really clean condition, really beautiful spine, tight binding and tight hinges. A Child's Garden of Verse, Underwoods and Ballads by Robert Louis Stevenson, published in 1907. Again, with several illustrations. Look at the gentleman with his kilt and his traditional Scottish garb. Child's Garden of Verse, cool book of antique children's stories and kind of rhymes. 10 seconds on the clock. And again, looking for $1 on this one. Great title right here. A Child's Garden of Verse is probably one of the more collectible Robert Louis Stevenson titles, you know, besides the classics. Rose at 15, looking for 17. Indigo Moon at 17, Rose at 19. Really clean condition. This is the condition you want. And one of the better spines you're going to find for Robert Louis Stevenson. Underwoods, you know, I've never heard of that title by Robert Louis Stevenson or read it, so I'm not 100% sure. I guess it is one of his lesser known titles. Yep, thank you, Indigo. I appreciate it. That's a beautiful one. Your shelves are going to look awesome, Indigo. You've been buying some great stuff lately. All right, we have a nice early Sir Walter Scott leather set. This is Kenilworth by Sir Walter Scott, again with the thistle flowers and the other little floral decorations as well. Really, really beautiful set right here. Thank you, Ampina. Yeah, I spend way too much time buying books for sure, so I have to sell them so I can buy some more. Great look. There's an antique book plate inside the front covers. Okay, thank you, Rose. Yep, that's my job, is to bring you guys the best books. Kenilworth by Sir Walter Scott, published in 1831. There's the date right there. You can hardly see it. Great looking royal frontispiece illustrations. I'll show you the title page and frontispiece of volume 2 as well. And again, to find them in this nice a condition, these books are almost 200 years old. 190 some odd years old on these. And again, beautiful covers, beautiful spines. The cover hinges are absolutely solid, not splitting at all. Yep, these are awesome, awesome, awesome. It'd be tough to find a better condition set. Again, 1831 Kenilworth by Sir Walter Scott, complete in 2 volumes in a insanely beautiful binding. We are at 42, looking for 44. We're at 46 and 50. Really, really nice. Again, most of the time you find these, the covers are probably going to be just about falling off on them. Shelf Care Collection at 54. Thank you, Shelf Care. I appreciate that. Those were great. The Shelf Care Collection. Thank you very much. How about we do a few mystery lots? We'll mix in some mystery lots to keep things exciting for you all. How about this one? This is one of the older leather books we have today. This is Men of Our Times by Harriet Beecher Stowe, illustrated. The cover hinges are splitting pretty bad, but the covers are still attached by the threads. The binding does look nice and tight. Still an excellent reading copy. It's complete with a tight binding. And it looks a little bit shabby chic on your shelf, but most of the spine is there. Men of Our Times, Leading Patriots of the Day. So it's going to have biographical sketches of Abe Lincoln, General Grant, some other generals. You have who's that? Farragut, he was a Navy officer. Sherman, General Sheridan, etc., etc., etc. By Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, with 18 steel portraits published in 1868. So I do believe you're going to have portraits of every single one of these. There's a chapter on the assassination of Abe Lincoln, the Gettysburg Address, the Emancipation Proclamation, the slavery debates, all of that kind of stuff. And again, 18 portraits, 18 steel engraving portraits of every single one. There's General Grant. Really nice book. Famous men of our time, that is the Civil War era time. Again, Abe Lincoln, General Grant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By Harriet Beecher Stowe. Pretty cool book by Harriet Beecher Stowe. Looking for $1 on this one. Men of Our Time, 1868, with biographies of Abe Lincoln, General Grant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And again, if you don't want to pay like $150 for a really nice copy, this would be a nice little substitute. And it would still look great on your shelf. We are at 24, looking for 26. Robluck in the lead. Robluck got that one. Thank you, Robluck. I appreciate you. Great deal for Robluck. All right, let's do a couple more mysteries. 1 second, though. Okay, I'm back. This one's pretty cool. This is a really cool old leather book. Great emblem and embossing on the covers. The spine is missing. You do got the nice tight binding with the shiny gold edges. Tight binding and tight hinges. The Daughter's Own Book, or Practical Hints from a Father to His Daughter, 1833. So again, almost, let's see, 190 plus year old book right here. Cool book of hints from a father to a daughter, stuff on friendship and education, general reading, independence of the mind, forming of manners and conversation, marriage, amusements, religion stuff, self-knowledge, self-government, humility, etc., etc. Cool book about like hints from a father to a daughter from 1833, and a really beautiful cover on this one. Pretty cool book. I mean, it is almost 200 years old. Hints from a Father to a Daughter from 1833. Nice tight binding with the shiny edges. Unfortunately, the spine is missing, but still a pretty cool book. We are at 4, looking for 5. Dynamo, got that one. Thank you, Dynamo. Great deal for you. Dynamo's Bookshop, got that one. Thank you, Ned. Oh, we do have some cool, these are part of the American Nation, a History series. So this one covers Reconstruction, political and economic history from 1865 to 1877. Cool book on Reconstruction after the Civil War. Tight binding and tight hinges. Plus, each one of these volumes does have some maps, so that's pretty cool. Reconstruction, political and economic from 1865 to 1875, published in 1907. And this one has 7 maps. It looks like a couple of them are in color. Just a cool book on post-Civil War reconstruction of America. And again, with 7 maps. Published in 1907. Cool antique book on American history right here. Cool book on Civil War Reconstruction. We are at 1, looking for 2. Yep, we love the maps for sure. Caney at 1, Ned at 2, and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Great condition on this one. Nice tight binding and hinges, and a great topic for sure. Alaska at 17, looking for 19. Last call, Alaskan Born. You got it. New customer number 3 of the night. Thank you for your very first purchase ever. I appreciate that. Alaskan Born. Thank you. Welcome in, SDR Cowboy. When is your next show, Rich? Everyone, please give my buddy SDR_Cowboy a follow. He's a great bookseller here on Whatnot. Here's a cool one. This is Provincial America. This one covers the years 1690 to 1740, so early colonial history of America. And again, tight binding and tight hinges. Okay, Saturday at 9 p.m. I think that's Eastern time, I assume. Provincial America from 1690 to 1740. This one was published in 1905. Yep, Eastern time. Awesome. Yep, SDR Cowboy has some new inventory coming up on his Saturday, so she'll go check that out. Yep, a lot of cool contents on the early history of the colonies, the Puritans, the French and English colonies, King William's War, Queen Anne War, so stuff on the early Indian Wars, the founding of Georgia, the state of Georgia. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maps. Let's go to this one, number 122. 7 maps published in 1905. I want to show you. Look at this. This one covers the intercolonial wars from 1689 to 1750. Cool book, or cool map of the intercolonial wars. Pretty awesome. 1905, Provincial America, the history of Provincial America, covering the years 1690 to 1740. So early book on American history. Great title right here. We are at 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Great title, really nice condition. Cool book of American history. We're at 25 and 27 and 31 and 35 and 39 and 43 and 47. Yep, really special title. Alaskan Born at 47. Thank you, Alaskan Born. You got it. 2 in a row for Alaskan Born. Thank you very much, Alaskan. This is the Rise of the New West. Looks like there's some chipping on the spine label right there. So we'll have to take you inside to see the title. Nice tight binding and hinges as always. This is the Rise of the New West, covering the years 1819 to 1829. That's a very specific time period of U.S. history. Published in 1906, so like right after the War of 1812. You have New England, the Middle Region, and the South, colonization of the West, the Far West, the Missouri Compromise, the Monroe Doctrine, the tariffs and elections from that era, President Adams, different new state sovereignty and stuff like that. And again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maps in this one. Ooh, we got to check out that one. Number 114. That sounds like a cool map. Cool 2-page map of the Western Indians trading posts and routes of travel from 1820 to 1835. Awesome 2-page colored map. Look at that. Look at that. We have the Michigan Territory, the Illinois, the Missouri, and Arkansas Territory. This is the, look at that, the Mexican possession of like Texas, New Mexico, Nevada, and California. Mexico owned all of that land area. This one's from I'll check again. It's early 1900s. Here we have the, what is that? The Oregon territory. No, I can't read that. Some sort of big territory there. And then you have Oregon territory up there. But how cool is that, that all of that was Mexican territory in the early 1800s? I'll check the date for you. 1906 on this one. Rise of the West, the history of the United States from 1819 to 1829. Really good condition on this one, except for the little bit of loss of the spine label. And again, really cool early American history covering 1819 to 1829 with, I think I counted 9 maps in this one. And again, published in 1906. Pretty great book right here. Gaither in at 38, looking for 40. We're at 44, looking for 48. Gaither 5 got that one. Thank you, Gaither. I appreciate that. New customer number 4 of the night. And thank you very much for your first purchase. I appreciate it. I think I have 3 more of the books in this series. This is the European background of American history from the year 1300 to the year 1600. So early American, or the European background of American history. Looks like there's some sort of paint or staining on the cover. That might clean up for you. Tight binding and tight hinges on this one. Great title right here. Published in 1904. You have the frontispiece of Prince Henry the Navigator. Yeah, this is cool. Very niche. 1904. Cool book of like early exploration and trade routes and colonies. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maps in this one. The European background of America from 1300 to 1600. That's about as niche as you're going to get. early American history. And I think did I say 5 or 6 maps in this one? I don't remember, but there are several maps. We will do 2 more of these American history books, then we'll get back to some of the preloaded items for you. Get through some of those. I know I have some really cool pre-bids coming up. We are at 61 and 66 and 71 and 76, looking for 80. We got 81 and 86, looking for 91. Last call, 321, Alaskan born in the lead. Nope, Gaither and Alaska fighting it out. What an awesome title with the maps. Alaskan got that one. Thank you, Alaskan. I think you're really going to enjoy those books for sure. You are going to love those. All right, America as a world power from 1897 to 1907. So this covers right at the Spanish-American War. America was running around different parts of the world at this point. The 1890s and the early 1900s. You have the frontispiece of William McKinley. This one was published in 1907. I'll show you the contents because I'm sure... Oh. This one, the page edges are uncut, so the contents are going to be halfway a mystery. But I'll show you the maps. You have a map of the U.S., Santiago, Puerto Rico, and Manila Bay, the Philippines, the Alaska. Yep, I think we were just dealing with the Alaska border at this point. Railroad routes competing with the future of the Isthmian Canal, so you're probably going to have some Panama Canal. The West Indies and Mexico. So it's mostly going to be Central and South America type stuff. Yep, I did see a chapter on the Panama Canal. Look at that, railroad routes, the Western railroad routes. You have a cool map of the Alaska border controversy. America as a world power from 1897 to 1907. What an awesome title with several maps in this one. Great title right there. I have one more of these American nation history books, and then that is it for these. And again, this one's pretty cool, covering the late 1890s into the early 1900s. We're at 23 and 25, looking for 27. Last call. Nope, we got 27 and 31. We are at 39, looking for 41 on this one. We're at 47. We're at 47 with Alaska. Alaska got it. Thank you very much, Alaska. I appreciate that. All right, last one. This is the basis of American history. This one covers a huge swath, 1500 to 1900. So again, dating back to like the pre-colonial era up until modern times. There you have Joseph. Looks like an Indian chief right there. The basis of American history with maps published in 1904. What do we have? We have the waterways, the trails, timber and agriculture, animal life, the antiquity of man in North America, the Eskimo and the North Pacific Indians, the Indians of the Great Plains, the Southern tribes, the Northern tribes, the Southwest and Mexico Indians. Yep, lots of stuff on Indians right here. Indian houses, Indian industry and warfare, Indian religion and mythology. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 maps in this one. The basis of American history from 1500 to 1900. Can't get too much more niche than that. And again, lots of stuff on Native American history and culture with 10 maps. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find a couple of the maps for you while this one runs. There you go. There's a map of North America. I know there's some more maps in here somewhere. We are at 83 and 99 and 104. Great deal on this one. These books are so cool. 104 with Alaska. Thank you very much, Alaska. I appreciate that a lot. All right, let's get to some more of the preloaded items. That was it for the American history, at least in that series, I think. Oh, actually, okay, tell you what. We'll do one more mystery lot for you. I do have one more U.S. history book. This is The History of Our Country by Edward Ellis, Volume 1. Nice condition. The rear spine is starting to split right there. but the rest of it looks solid, and I think the front cover hinge looks solid as well. Nice tight binding and tight inside hinges. May as well run this one while we're on the U.S. history theme. Oh, look at that with the folding color plate. Looks like this one covers the Civil War. This is July 3rd, 1863. Huge chromolithographic plate right there. The History of Our Country by Edward Ellis. This one, oh, it's a limited edition of 500 copies, but there isn't a number of which one this is. Copyright 1905, and it looks like this one goes back from colonial times. Covers, yep, that's all the content. So it covers like Columbus and the early colonies up until 1752. Yep, 1752. Let's see. We got to see if there's some more color plates in this one, because that first one was awesome. There are some plates. It looks like there are some maps in this one as well. Yeah, there's definitely lots of plates of early American history, the settlers and colonies, the explorers, the Native Americans. Okay, there's a map of Cuba. Dang, I wanted to see some more color plates, but maybe there aren't any. Still, highly illustrated book on U.S. history, Volume 1. And again, limited edition of 500 copies printed in a really nice leather binding, and highly illustrated book right here. I'll flip through the pages quick. There's hundreds of illustrations in this one. We are at 26 with Gaither. Got that one. Thank you, Gaither. I appreciate it. Number 2 for you. All right, back to the pre-listed items. Here's kind of a cool one. It doesn't really fit into the theme of the show, but I thought it was interesting. This is jet aircraft power systems. Whoops. Sorry, we're knocking books over. All right, jet aircraft power systems. Good condition on this one. Tight binding and tight hinges. Looks like you do have the original, throwing books. The original owner right there. The U.S. Marine Corps Reserves, it looks like, Great Lakes, Illinois. So really cool early military inscription. Yep, Robert Deaver, U.S. Marine Corps, Glenview, Illinois. Yeah, this is awesome with the original owner's name in it. Jet Aircraft Power Systems by Jack V. Casamassa, published in 1950. Cool book on jet aircraft engines and power and stuff like that. Look how technical this is. Elements of the first self-starter unit for the jet-powered aircraft includes a small gas turbine with electric starter, a main jet engines, and pneumatic starter for each. I hope you guys understand. Look at that diagram of the barometric fuel system. Oh, you teach aircraft maintenance. Okay, well, then I bet you completely understand that. Look at that, the Pratt & Whitney J48 Turbo Wasp with the afterburner. All right, Canny is the only one that understands this one. But really cool, and again, with the early U.S. Marine Corps markings in owner of the original owner, that's pretty cool. Yeah, a little dated for modern, unless you're working on a 1940s or 1950s jet, I suppose. We are at 5, looking for 6 on this one. Cool book on jet aircraft power systems from 1950. We are at $8, looking for 9. JA578, got that one. Thank you, JA. Appreciate that. There's Square Trade Company in the chat. How are you tonight, Keith? Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. I can't see you, Keith, but I do see you. You should have snuck in. We don't even have a bid on this one. I just thought this was a pretty modern book. Great looking cover on this one. Let me get a pin for you. The Pax and the Covenant by Tony Williams. You need an alias. Yes, you do. Beautiful gold edges. Nice modern leather-bound book. This is from the Classics of Medicine Library. The Pax and the Covenant by Tony Williams. Special edition. The original one would have been published. I guess I'm not sure. This one is copyright 2010. Mather Franklin and the Epidemic That Changed America's Destiny. Cool medical book on. Yep, it looks like it covers the pox in the early 1700s. Interesting old or new medical book, but if about early 1700s epidemics in the U.S. And again, this is from the Classics of Medicine Library. Nice leather-bound book at $1. We're at 2 and 3, looking for 4. Orion at 7, looking for 8. We got 8 and 9, looking for 10. Beautiful antique, or not antique, beautiful modern medical book. Really nice condition and an interesting subject as well. The early epidemics in America from like the early 1700s. We're at 23, looking for 25. Orion in the lead. Orion, you got it. Thank you, Orion. I think that one is probably pretty darn interesting. All right, we got a couple occult books. Someone was asking about the good occult books, so here we go. We got 2 good occult books coming up. This is lot number 9. This is the Symbolic Prophecy of the Great Pyramid. Really, really, really nice collectible book right here. As you can see, there's some staining on the covers. A little bit of staining right there. Spine looks nice, though. Look at that spine. Nice, clean spine. Really, really nice title. Tight binding and tight hinges. There's the original. Ooh, look at this. This was originally sold by the Rosicrucian Supply Bureau. The original little bookseller tag inside the front cover. Nice tight hinges on this one. The Symbolic Prophecy of the Great Pyramid by Dr. H. Spencer Lewis. Let's see the date. This one is a first edition, 1936. Very, very interesting book. Look at that. There's a diagram of the Great Pyramid. Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at that diagram of one of the pyramids. Yeah, this one's awesome. I really like this one. And it is a very, very collectible book. Look at that cool, them inside the pyramid at the Hall of Illumination. 1936, yes, when the pyramids were built, Keith. When they were built by the aliens in 1936. This one is running at 18, looking for 20 on this one. Classic 1936 occult book at 18 and 21. Looking for 23 on this one. Great title. Really good deal. Brown-Eyed Thrifter. You got it. Thank you very much, Brown-Eyed Thrifter. Payment pending for Brown-Eyed Thrifter on that one. I might have to set that one aside and rerun it later. Next, we have the Society for Psychical Research. This is an awesome, awesome title. I've sold some of these on eBay for like $50 to $90, I think, is what I've sold some of these for. The Society for Psychical Research. Really cool occult title right here. This one is from 1913, and there's all kinds of cool stuff on hypnotism and psychics and like psychology experiments, psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, the theory of the subconscious, the body and the mind, faith and suggestion, psychotherapeutic clinics, psychical research, and Andrew Lang, a study of dreams. Really cool occult contents in this one. Oh, look at that. We got some illustrations as well. Yeah, these are pretty rare. And I've seen these listed on eBay. Some of them in the $75 to $150 range. Cool book on psychical research, psychology and psychoanalytics, hypnotism, telepathy, all of that stuff in here. Really, really cool book. Whether you're into the occult or psychology in the brain, this one is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. A French one from the 1700s would be really awesome. Gaither got that one for $32. Great deal for you on that one. That one was awesome. All right. Let's keep going with some of the preloaded items. What do we have here? We have Roughing It by Mark Twain. We do have some mystery lots, Mark Twain back there as well, that will run. Roughing It by Mark Twain, complete 2-volume set, very clean. I mean, look how clean those covers and spines are. These are excellent. Tight binding and tight hinges. Looks like you do have, let's see, the Sons of Norway, Northam Lodge in Duluth, Minnesota. Some ink stamps for that. There's also some ink stamps in the back, but no book plates or library card holders or stuff like that. Roughing It by Mark Twain in 2 volumes. And this one is copyright 1899. Let's see if I can get that opened up. There we go. Copyright 1899 on this one. Roughing It by Mark Twain. Great title. And we only have a $1 bid on this one. Let's go looking for 2 on the nice 2-volume set of Roughing It by Mark Twain. We are at 27 and 31 and 35. Oh, yeah. It's, I love the cool, like, ownership markings, as long as it's not, like, a messy ownership marking, they can add value for sure. Thank you very much, Samuel. Real got that one. Thank you, Samuel. Tell you what, maybe I'll do some mystery lots of the Mark Twain books I have set aside. Oh, I did not realize it. Holy buckets, we have another 2-volume set of Roughing It. What the? I guess we are in the market of Mark Twain right now. Really nice, clean condition. Okay, Square Trade. We will maybe I'll... Oh, no, I'm raiding JFed tonight. Sorry. I guess I won't raid ya. Roughing It by Mark Twain. 2-volume set. Copyright 1899 as well. And again, really clean condition on this set as well. I didn't realize I had 2 sets of Roughing It ready to go. 10 seconds on the clock. I guess we're selling set number 2 of Roughing It, 1899 by Mark Twain. Again, equally nice condition on this set. Roughing It by Mark Twain, the Author's National Edition right here. Let's see, the last one brought 51. Right now we're at 23, looking for 25. Gaither at 26. Looking for 28. Last call. Gaither got that. Thank you, Gaither. All right. Ooh, we got a couple copies of Huck Finn tonight. We got Huckleberry Finn by Samuel Clemens. Great color illustration on that front cover by Samuel Clemens, a.k.a. Mark Twain. Tight binding and tight hinges. Oh, the Hobbit _85 has antique poetry books tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Please go bookmark it. Everyone, please go follow my buddy, the Hobbit _85, and check out all of his upcoming. I think you have a bunch of shows scheduled, don't you, the Hobbit? I think you do. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Samuel L. Clemens, with a frontispiece by Charles B. Falls. This one is copyright 1945. Looks like you do have some black and white illustrations inside as well. 3 or 4. Yeah, everyone, please go give the Hobbit _85 a follow and bookmark all of his upcoming shows. You don't want to miss them. He has some pretty cool stuff. 10 seconds on the clock for this. The 1945 Huckleberry Finn. Yep, no problem, Neil. Happy to help out. Nice antique copy of Huckleberry Finn. Probably the most collectible Mark Twain title. And a nice color illustration there on that front cover. Gaither in at 15. Gaither got that. Thank you, Gaither. All right, you guys want another copy of Huck Finn? Why not? Another nice copy of Huck Finn with the dust jacket. There's a little bit of paper loss up there. The book looks pretty... Ooh, I know people are always looking for the purple books. The purple and the pink bindings. I don't know. Is pink marked here? We better take them. I know they love the pink and purple bindings. Vintage pink. Better give them a take for this one. Hopefully they can hop in quick. Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Yep, this is awesome. With the pink dust jacket and the kind of light pink purple spine. Tight binding and tight hinges. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer's Comrade by Mark Twain. Illustrated by Henry E. Vallely. This one is copyright 1941. Nice illustrated edition of Mark Twain. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of illustrations, but I'm flying. There's Huckleberry Finn on the raft, floating down the river. Nice 1941 edition of Huckleberry Finn again with the pink dust jacket and the purple spine. Let's get it going. 10 seconds. This one is running. 1941. You're almost to 1,000 sales already. Dang, you're hustling. Yeah, Neil, it's so nice once you hit that 1,000 sales. It's so nice to have the automatic payouts instead of waiting for the books to get delivered. It's a game changer. Gaither at 17. Thank you, Gaither. All right, we got a Tom Sawyer. There we go. We have a Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, aka Samuel Clemens. Yeah, it's really nice once you get those automatic payouts or instant payouts as soon as you print the label. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Samuel Clemens, aka Mark Twain. This one isn't dated. I would say it's circa 1940s or 1950s. With a nice decorative spine right here. 10 seconds on the clock, and then I'll get back to some of the preloaded items. We'll get those ran through here quick. Nice vintage copy of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain with a very pretty spine. We are at 11, looking for 13. We're at 14, looking for 16. Gaither got it. Gaither's cleaning house on the Mark Twain. Let me do a little. We need to do some rearranging for you. Your pile's getting too big. All right, there we go. Oops. Let's see. What lot are we on? Let's check. We are on lot number. Yep. We'll run through some of the preloaded items. We're getting closer to the 1700s books for you, Brianna. I know you cannot resist those. All right, we got a few of these. The Campfire Girls, Larks and Pranks by Hildegard G. Frey. Really, really beautiful pictorial bindings. You got the girl with the flag on the spine, and you got the girls out camping and washing the dishes and cooking over the fire. Really nice pictorial bindings, tight binding and tight hinges. Published by A.L. Burt. This one is 1917. Let's see, are there a few illustrations? Nope, just the frontispiece illustration on these. We have a $19 pre-bid on this one, looking for $21. Really pretty pictorial binding with the blue cloth with all the different kind of reddish design. Cookie in Maine got that. Thank you, Cookie. You've been waiting patiently, haven't you? Cookie in Maine. Got it. Thank you, Cookie. Yep. Awesome. All right, we have a couple more in this series. This is the Campfire Girls at Camp Keewaydin. Again, by Hildegard G. Frey. With the same, this one is a light green cover with the same red. Here, I'll show you what these books, I mean, they look really great on a shelf together. Pretty awesome. And if you're going to have one, you may as well have two so they don't get lonely. The girls hanging out under the canoe on a rainy storm day. This one is copyright 1920. Great condition. Again, we have a $26 bid on this one, looking for $28. Your kids went camping at Camp Keewaydin? Where is it? I had no idea that was a real camp. I figured it was a made-up one, but that's awesome. In Vermont? Okay, dang. I figured it was just a made-up camp. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, Brianna. Yeah, Brianna, you got to pace yourself. You know what, Brianna? You just need to sell more books. That way you can buy more. That's the solution for sure. The Campfire Girls at School. So this one is a little different style. You have the girl with the paddle, and then the girl that's drowning, and the two girls that are going to go safer, hopefully. Tight binding and tight hinges. There is an inscription written inside the front cover. Nice condition overall. The Campfire Girls at School. Great frontispiece by Hildegard G. Frey, copyright 1916. Slightly different cover design on this one, but still a really nice kind of a peachish color cover with the green and red design. We are at 19, looking for 21. We got 21, looking for 23. Texas to Arizona, Mary in the lead. Texas to Arizona. You got it. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Oh, you picked up some cool inventory, Brianna. Okay, Brianna, do you have a show scheduled yet? Feel free to let us know. I know you're going to do the raid train at the end of the month, but are you doing any other shows before then? Friday. Okay, everyone please give Brianna Smith 13 a follow. She has a great show coming up on Friday. She sells some really nice antique books. Yep, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. All right, this one's really cool. It's a big one. Look at that. It won't even fit on my top shelf right there. This is a French travel book, part of the Horizons of France series. Nice big paperback. This one covers the villages of Auvergne, or however you say that in French. Sorry for butchering that, but it is French. Cool book on French history and travel. Copyright 1943. Oh, 1943 with the map. So World War II era map right here. I did not realize this was World War II era. Nice folding map in the front. Yep. Nice looking map right there. I think there might be, let's check and see. There might be another map as well. Lots of great portraits and scenery. There's some nice color artwork. Castles. Look at that. Steph Kitty, are you paying attention? We have some castles. Lots of castles and cathedrals and stuff like that. And I thought there might be one. Yep, there's another map. Look at that. Cool book. I believe this is some region in France is what that Auvergne is, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's the history of some sort of region in French, and it is in French, so hopefully. Oh, I think there's another map. That's a different map. Yep, we have 3 maps in this one. Pretty cool. 1943 Horizons of France, with 3 maps. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Cool book from 1943. So World War II era book on this region in France. Auvergne. Okay, thank you for the pronunciation. I appreciate that. Gaither got that one. Thank you, Gaither. For $3. What a deal. You guys can definitely get some deals here. Oh, nope, not that one. We are going up above. Let's see. Yeah, again, this one is too big. It couldn't fit on my shelf, so I had to stack it on top. This is the English Illustrated magazine. What an insanely beautiful cover. I got to show you the details. You got the 2 little boys. You have some sort of weird little angel heads right there, and up on top. The English Illustrated magazine. Yep, this one is awesome. 1884. Look at the designs with the ribbons and the rose, published by Macmillan and Company. Oh, and you got the decorations on the rear cover. Look at that, the M's. I think that's for Macmillan. Very beautiful. Tight binding and tight hinges. Let's show you inside. The English Illustrated magazine from 1883 to 1884. I think this one is really nicely illustrated. Yep, really nicely illustrated book right here. Book of stories and history, architecture and scenery. There you have the early Italian poets, Dante Alighieri, translated by Rossetti. Look at that, you got some illustrations of farm animals. Very cool book. Look at that, how beautiful is that page? They've got some flower illustrations. There's the thistle flowers again. We cannot get away from the thistle flowers, apparently. 1884, the English Illustrated magazine. We have a $58 pre-bid, looking for $60 on this one. We got 66, looking for 70. Someone's trying to get in there, Gaither. Someone's chasing you. 74, looking for 70. 74, there we go. Nice and easy. Thank you, Gaither. Oh, this is a beautiful one. The Songs from Old English Dramatists. Very elegant binding. Very nice condition. Yes, early internet for sure right there. Songs from the... Am I saying you right, Gaither? Is that your last name? I hope I'm not butchering. I feel so bad for trying to pronounce people's names and hopefully... Okay, got it. Songs from the Old Dramatists. 1873 on this one. There is a name written on the top right corner. C.B. Wright. Copyright 1872. Let's show you inside. There's a lot of great plate illustrations of the fairy right there. Just a great antique book of poetry with the plates. Quite a few plates. I didn't count them, but I'm guessing there might be 15 to 20 of them. Cool antique book of poetry. And again, really, really clean condition. If this one was falling apart, I probably wouldn't have brought it to the show, but it's just a really nice, clean copy. And we are only at $8. Brown-eyed thrifter holding strong at 21 and 24, looking for 26. Crazy deal right here for brown-eyed thrifter. Got it. Thank you, brown-eyed thrifter. I appreciate it. Next, we have some more. I love these Charles Lever books, or Lever. I'm not sure. This is the O'Donoghue and St. Patrick's Eve. Really, really beautiful. There is a sticker on the spine. I didn't try to remove them. You might be able to get those off. But look at all the little gold decorations of the wine glass and the playing cards and the beer steins and the trumpets and the books and the clovers and the guns. Really, really beautiful book. Tight binding and tight hinges. This is really, really a nice clean copy. Plus it's illustrated as well. The O'Donoghue and St. Patrick's Eve by Charles Lever. Illustrated by Fizz, published in 1907. There's several illustrations in this one. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There might be about 20 illustrations in this one, I would guess. Looks like some in-text illustrations and then some plates as well. Yep, there you go. There's a plate. Very unique style artwork in this one. 1907, the O'Donoghue and St. Patrick's Eve. We don't even have a bid on this one. Probably one of the most beautiful bindings of the night. Really, really beautiful book from 1907 by Charles Lever. We're at 22 and 25, looking for 27. We got 27 and 31, looking for 33. Yeah, it looks new. I agree. Gaither got that. Thank you, Gaither. I'm going to have to start you a new pile. I got a little shelf that I pile things on. And your pile's getting too tall. Thank you very much. All right, up next we got another Charles Lever. This is an earlier printing. This one is 1892. Again, no worries. No worries. I don't mind. It's easier if you buy them all and then I just have to ship them in one box. So I don't mind. You buy as many as you want. It makes it easier for shipping for me. Arthur O'Leary, His Wanderings and Ponderings in Many Lands by Charles Lever, illustrated by George Cruikshank, 1892. So this is a much earlier printing than that other one, but still equally good condition with the matching binding. And this one, the page edges are uncut. So this book literally, look at that. The outside edges on many of the pages have been uncut. So this book has literally never been read, which I think there's people have different opinions on whether or not that makes a book more valuable or not. Because if you want to read it, you'd have to cut the page edges. So it is what it is. We're at 40, looking for 42. We're at 44, looking for 50. Last call. Cookie got it. Thank you, Cookie. Cookie is getting some beautiful books today. All right, this one is awesome. This is What a Girl Can Make and Do. A cool late Victorian, early Edwardian book, a little girl's guide. What a Girl Can Make and Do by Lena Beard and Adelia Beard. And look at that. You got the girl blowing bubbles. You got the girl, I don't know if she's directing music. You got the little craft tools up there. You got the little toys and games. Looks like you got a basket weaving illustration. Playing some sort of basketball. You got the insects down there on the spine. Really, really cool book. Tight binding. There are ex-library markings for the public school in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. I'm not sure where I picked this one up, but it does have the Wisconsin library. And again, hundreds and hundreds of illustrations in this one. What a Girl Can Make and Do. New Ideas for Work and Play by Lena Beard and Adelia Beard, published in 1906. This one is awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's take you inside. Let's see, you got some Easter activities. You have, making Valentines. You got ink pictures. You got making toys, homemade pyrotechnics. There's a chapter on pyrotechnics from 1906. I don't remember where. I'm sure it came from a collection somewhere in Wisconsin. Basket weaving, floral crafts, musical instruments, Christmas decorations, witchery. You got a chapter on witchery. Active games, expensive games, basketball, etc., etc., etc. The Roman candle. Isn't that crazy that 1906 pyrotechnics? A lot of cool stuff on craft making, musical instruments, sports and games, different holiday stuff. Here we go. Here's the pyrotechnics chapter. Look at that. Teaching young ladies, young girls, how to do the pyro. Yep, there's the Roman candle from 1906. And then you also got lots of stuff on toys and crafts and hundreds of illustrations. Let's see. Yeah, there's absolutely hundreds of illustrations in this one. 1906, new ideas for work and play, what a girl can make and do. We have a $140 pre-bid on this one, looking for $145. Really special book right here. Yeah, there would definitely be a disclaimer on some of these activities. Thank you, E.B. Condit. I appreciate that. That one was pretty special. E.B. really wanted that one. Yeah, that one was awesome. All right, up next. We got an old cookbook. I like the vintage cookbooks. I think they're a lot of fun. This is Watkins Household Hints by Elaine Allen. With the original dust jacket, it looks like it has some sort of spiral binding hardcover. I'm sure it's very, very difficult to find it with the dust jacket. Oops. Watkins Household Hints by Elaine Allen, public copyright 1941, so World War I era. Looks like there's some stains up there. I'm sure she was making some sort of dessert or soup or something. And then also you got lots of cool Watkins advertisements as well. And it has everything. It has the cooking stuff, it has first aid and medical stuff, it has the cleaning stuff. Here you go. Cloth for cleaning, clothes moths, Watkins cleanser, cocktails spilled on rugs. Yep, don't spill your cocktails on your rugs. Yeah, I don't think I have any. I've had cookbooks. You got some little cooking ephemera. I'm gonna leave that in there. I've had some cookbooks from the 1700s, but they're obviously pretty rare and pretty expensive. Cool book, 1941, Watkins Household Hints. We have a $1 bid on this one, looking for $2. And again, I'm sure it's really hard to find with the original dust jacket. $1. Oops. Yep. Okay, reprints. I don't think I have any reprints of antique cookbooks at the moment either, but I'll keep an eye open for you. We are at 6, looking for 7 on this one. Canny, got it. Thank you, Canny. Let me find your pile. There you go. You bought one of the Washington Irvings. All right, what do we got here? Oh, cool copy of The Incredible Journey. Who doesn't remember this movie? I have never read the book, but I have seen the movie. Yep, Watkins has been around forever. I like finding their old bottles. The Tale of Three Animals by Sheila Burnford, with illustrations by Carl Berger. Really, really nice copy of a classic, The Incredible Journey. I should have probably read this one before I sell it. I didn't know that either. But as you can see, you got the Siamese cat and the 2 dogs, just like the movie. Oh, the movie Traumatized? Yeah, isn't there a scene about like one of them going over a waterfall or something? There's something kind of dangerous in it. Cool book, The Incredible Journey by Sheila Burnford. This one is copyright 1961. And it looks like it is illustrated. There you go. So happy to be reunited. The cat, yes, but she lives. Good. Cool copy of The Incredible Journey. We have a $22 bid on this one, looking for $24. Really, really clean title of a classic animal story. Nope, I've never seen a Watership Down. We're at 27 with Mary. Thank you, Mary. That was a cool book. All right, we are going to finish up with the rest of the preloaded items. We're probably going to sell for about another 45 minutes or so. And then I'm going to be rating you guys off to my buddy JFed_Antique Books. We have Indian Children Tales. This is a nice little paperback. I just thought it was a really cool title. Indian Children Tales by Bertha E. Bush. This one is copyright 1909. Yeah, I read Tuck Everlasting in school, but I do not remember at all what that one was about. Just a cool little book of Indian stories, Indian little kid stories. Copyright 1909. Nice little paperback. I thought it was cool. We are looking for $1 on this one. Starting it nice and cheap for you. 1909 Indian Children Tales. Looks like there is a name, Carl Weigel, written in pencil. Yes, where the red fern grows. That's another sad one. As a kid, do you ever expect that to be the ending of the story? Gaither got that one. Thank you, Gaither. I mean, who would make that the ending of a children's story? All right, this one is really cool. It's a German. It is a German school book on like penmanship and reading and writing. Looks like published in St. Louis, Missouri in 1897. It is in German, and guys, look at this. It teaches you exactly how to write the German letters and the German words, and then how to spell them as well. Really, really cool book right here. I mean, look at that. Every single page has a lot of them have illustrations of what you're writing, and then it has the penmanship line, just like you'd be handwriting with the 3 lines. Really, really cool book on reading and writing and penmanship and stuff like that. It is in German, but still really nice illustrated book on penmanship and reading and writing from 1897. I thought this one was really cool and special. We only have a $1 bid. 1897 cool book on reading and writing, specifically in German. We are at 13, looking for 15 on this one. Canny got that. Thank you, Canny. Great deal for Canny right there. All right, we have another German book. I don't sell a lot of foreign language books because a lot of you probably don't know German, but why not? This is the Blatter and Blüten, published in St. Louis, Missouri again. This one isn't dated. I would guess it's got to be early 1900s, but it's not dated, I don't think. Blatter and Blüten, published in St. Louis, Missouri. Cool book of German short stories and stuff. It looks like there's some it looks like there's some science and history stuff as well. But there's a kid's book, 2 little kids eating cherries. Blatter and Blüten. I think, is that something in flowers or something? Yeah, that was an interesting illustration for sure. Beautiful antique German book with the floral covers. It is a nice little paperback published in St. Louis, Missouri, circa early 1900s. Gaither for 3. Thank you, Gaither. All right, we are going to get through the rest of the preloaded items. I know you guys want to see this books from the 1700s, so let's keep it going. Cool book on Freemasonry. This is The Ethics of Freemasonry. Very, very good condition on this one. Tight binding and tight hinges. This one is The Ethics of Freemasonry by Dudley Wright. Published or copyright 1924. What do we got? The Consecrated Service. Is Masonry becoming top-heavy? The strength is our intelligence. The greatness of Masonry. Preserving ancient landmarks. Masonic benevolence. Christmas and New Year's and other stuff as well. Cool book on the ethics of Freemasonry from 1924. I'm always getting asked for Freemasonry stuff. So here you go. 1924, The Ethics of Freemasonry by Dudley Wright at 26, looking for 28. Woodard got that one. Thank you, Woodard. New customer number 5 of the night. And thank you very much for your first purchase. Woodard 13 got that. Thank you, Woodard. Appreciate you very much. All right. Oh, we are on to the old leather books. We are starting with this one, The Works of British Poets, Volume 15. Brianna, are you there? I hope Brianna's lurking in the chat. She doesn't want us to know she's here. She's ready to bid. Great marbled edges. There is a library bookplate inside the front cover, but I don't think, yep, there's no markings on the spine. Nice tight binding with the marbled edges. This is the Works of the British Poets, Volume 15, published in 1819 in Philadelphia. Early Philadelphian printing, 200 plus years old. Yep, yeah, it's a small book. It's probably about 5 inches tall, I would guess. Looks like you have the works of Matthew Prior and Sir Richard Blackmore. So you have the works, mostly the works of Matthew Prior. Oh, you have a book of tales, The Turtle and the Sparrow, The Ladle, Truth and Falsehood, To the Mice, The Young Gentleman in Love, etc., etc., etc. 1819, Works of British Poets. Looks like we have a $28 bid on this one. Really, really nice full leather book. Brian at 45. Nope, Shelf Care at 45. Looking for 47. Awesome, Jesse. I just got your message. Thank you very much. Shelf Care Collection. You got it, Shelf Care. Let's see. You got a pile here somewhere. Thank you, Shelf Care. All right. We got some more stuff, guys. This one only has a $1 pre-bid. Nope. Yeah, it has a $1 pre-bid. This is the works of Samuel Johnson, Volume 5. There is a library sticker right there. We got a raid from Three Keys Antiques and a raid from Reliant Bookstore. 2 raids in like a 20 seconds. Thank you all so much for the raids. I appreciate it. Hey, y'all. We are selling books from the 1700s right now. And I'm going to take, thank you very much, Three Keys Antiques for the raid. And then also, thank you very much, Reliant Bookstore. I appreciate you both. You both rated me within like 10 seconds of each other. Crazy. Everyone, please give Reliant Bookstore and Three Keys Antiques. Great booksellers right here. And guys, we're selling books from the 1700s. Also, quick little commercial break. If you guys don't already, please check out my YouTube channel. I love showing off my favorite antique books and different book purchases and stuff. So please go check out my YouTube channel. Please go follow Three Keys Antiques and Reliant Bookstore. And we are just about to sell a book from 1787. The works of Samuel Johnson. Looks like the front cover hinges are splitting, but the covers are still firmly attached. Thank you very much, Sam and Jesse. I appreciate you both very much. Tight binding, tight hinges. There's a bookplate inside the front cover. Yep, 1787 on this one. Pretty crazy. The works of Samuel Johnson, Volume 5, 1787 with the tip. Thank you, Rose, for the tip. If you guys don't know, I use all that tip money to give away books to kids at the bookstore. So thank you very much, Rose. I appreciate that, and it will definitely go to a good cause. So this one has the Rambler. Yep, lots of stuff from the Rambler. 1787, works of Samuel Johnson. And I would say this one is definitely much better than average condition for being this old. The works of Samuel Johnson from 1787. Let's go. We are at $6. All right, we are at 22 and 23 and 25. Guys, I'm going to do the math. I got to get my calculator out. 2025 minus 1787 is 238 years old on this one. Pretty crazy. At 47, Brian Wilson got that. Brian Will, thank you very much. Oh, Brian, your payment is pending. You might have to adjust that. You might have to switch payments. Otherwise, sometimes it does go through on its own. But thank you very much for your first purchase. New customer number 6 of the day. Yeah, that auction went so darn fast. You guys are quick with the bids. All right, payment went through, Brian. Thank you, Brian. All right, we have 2 more books from the 1700s coming right up, folks. Don't want to miss these. We only have a $3 bid on this one. This is the Spectator, Volume 15. Oh, and this is the earliest one of the day. There's a split on the spine right there. The cover hinges are starting to split, but the covers are still attached. Nice tight binding. Again, you have the book plate inside the front cover. Again, this one, guys, you're talking 301 year old on this. The Spectator, published in 1724. Pretty insane to have a 301-year-old book. Nice condition. There's a lot of these little initial engraving illustrations. I'll try to find a few more for you. Yep, and I think a lot of them are all different. A lot of different. Look at that. I'm pretty sure they're all different, and there's dozens of them. Yep, there's the U. Pretty incredible. 1724 copy of The Spectator, Volume 15. 301-year-old. Oh, we're up to $30. Someone's doing a little pre-bidding. We're at 30, looking for 32. Yep, 301-year-old on this. Pretty incredible to find it with the cover still attached. We're at 46, looking for 48. Crazy deal for Orion. Thank you, Orion. I appreciate that a lot. You're going to love that one. All right, last 1700s book. And then, guys, we have lots and lots of cool stuff to sell you. We are just getting started, but we are going to wrap things up in about half an hour. We have some really great titles for you. We do have some Sir Walter Scott. We got some Harvard classics. We got more Mark Twain. We got lots of cool stuff to sell you, so please stick around. All right, last pre-listed item, but we're going to keep going for about another half hour tonight. This is The Spectator by Joseph Addison. Volume 2 on this one. Here, let me get it pinned, I suppose. We have a $26 pre-bid on this one. Still insanely cheap. Tight binding and tight hinges on it. The Spectator Volume 2. This one isn't dated, but some of the other books in the set were dated 1774. So I am 99% certain that this one is from the 1770s. Again, lots of great header illustrations and initial letter illustrations in this one. Really, really cool copy of The Spectator by Joseph Addison, Volume 2. And again, I would just about guarantee that this one is from the 1770s. 10 seconds on the clock. Again, 1770 copy of The Spectator, Volume 2. Yep, this is really, really, really good condition. Guys, look at that spine. How beautiful is that spine? We are at 59 and 64. And again, how often do you get to buy 250, 240 some odd year old books in this condition? Really, really nice. Look at that. Look, look, look. We are at 89. Orion got it. Thank you very much, Orion. You just bought some really, really cool books. Very, very cool books. Okay, I got some of these. I think these are really interesting. Nope, not that one, not that one. Oh, there we go. Those are the ones I want to sell. These are some of it's part of the first book series. So this is a vintage kids book. This is the first book of Prehistoric Animals by Alice Dickinson. Really, guys, look at that dust jacket. Really, really nice dust jacket and really clean underneath. Yeah. I love finding the antique books, and I'm very picky about the condition. The first book of Prehistoric Animals by Alice Dickinson. Pictures by Helene Carter. This one is 1954. How cool is this illustrated book? There you got the woolly mammoths traveling from Russia to America. You have some sort of bird-looking thing. Oh, look at that. What is that? The Stegosaurus. 1951. Oh, you got the Tyrannosaurus Rex, obviously. You got some extinct birds and pterodactyls. You got some of those weird Loch Ness monster-looking things. What is that? The plesiosaur. And there's the pterodactyl. 1951. Oh, there you have cool digging up the fossils and stuff. Lots of great illustrations of extinct animals and fossils. From 1951 with the original dust jacket. Cool kids book with the original dust jacket. The first book of Prehistoric Animals. These books are, some of the books in this series are really awesome. 1951, the first book of Prehistoric Animals with the original dust jacket. Highly illustrated. Looking for $1 on this one. We got one, looking for two. Orion at one. Orion, you guys are tired from the 1700s books, aren't ya? How about this one? We have a nice copy of The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. This is part of the Harvard Classics. Very nice condition, tight binding and tight hinges. Copyright 1909. The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin, 1909. Yeah, I mean, how could you turn down that book on dinosaurs from 1909 or from 1951? But we are selling. Up next is The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. Really nice condition on this one. Classic Charles Darwin, Origin of Species. We are at 3, looking for 4 on this one. Cookie for 3. Thank you, Cookie. Let's see. What are you guys in the mood for? Anything specific? We do have one Tarzan book. Tarzan and the Leopard Man by Edgar Rice Burroughs with a dust jacket. Take a look underneath. Yep, underneath it looks pretty darn good. The dust jacket did a good job protecting. A little bit of fading right there on the top of the spine. Nice looking dust jacket. Yeah, y'all need to wake up. Guys, look at that. What a great illustration on the back of that dust jacket. Tight binding and tight hinges. This is Tarzan and the Leopard Men by Edgar Rice Burroughs, illustrated by J. Allen St. John, published by Grosset and Dunlap, copyright 1935 on this one. I think there's a few illustrations. Yep, there's a few illustrations in this one. And again, to find it with the original dust jacket is pretty difficult. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Tarzan and the Leopard Men by Edgar Rice Burroughs, 1935. No, I don't think I have any of those, Jill. Thank you for asking. Better Off Red at $1. Better Off Red. Crazy deal for you. Thank you, Better Off Red. Yeah, y'all are getting tired. You're getting sleepy, but that's all right. We'll keep going a little while. We got to raid my buddy J-Fed here in about half an hour. Here we have Fairy and Folk Tales of Ireland, edited by W.B. Yeats. This is actually a really collectible book. The Yeats Irish fairy tales. This is Fairy and Folk Tales of Ireland, edited by W.B. Yeats. This one, it's a modern copy, 1983. Really, really collectible book, even in the modern paperbacks. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Looking for $1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for 6. We got 9 and 11 and 14 and 17 and 20. L. Kaufman really wants it at 20. L. Kaufman, nope. Samuel hopping in at the last second at 22. Looking for 24. Samuel got that. Thank you, Samuel. All right, here we got a nice copy of Leaves of Grass. This is a really collectible edition in the original slipcase. See if I can get that to focus for you. Huge book. This one is massive. With the really interesting kind of suede cloth. I don't know how to describe this pattern, but it's a weird kind of rough cloth on this one. Tight binding and tight hinges. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Published in 1940. Tweed. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a tweed. Nice illustrated edition. A lot of really Art Deco, black and white and color illustrations of a classic Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Really, really nice illustrations in this one. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman in the original slipcase. The slipcase has some wear and tear along the edges, but the book is really nice condition. See if I can get that back in there safely. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, illustrated by Louis C. Daniel. This one was published in 1940. 10 seconds on the clock. This is a nice, big, heavy book. Nice illustrated edition of Leaves of Grass. We are at 5 and 6 and 7, looking for 8. Again, highly collectible edition right here. With some great artwork for sure. We're at 13, looking for 15. Got 15 and 17, looking for 19. Last call, 3, 2, 1. Sold to Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. You're getting some great deals. Let's see, what else do we want to sell? That's the question. Oh, we do have some Sir Walter Scott. I don't know if anyone is interested in Sir Walter Scott, but we can try a few of those. Nice Edwardian era copyright here of The Monastery by Sir Walter Scott. Yep, I'll sell the blue Mark Twain next if you want. Absolutely. Any religious stuff? I don't think I have any religious stuff today. This is The Monastery by Sir Walter Scott. Yep, if you see anything in the background that you want me to sell, let me know and I'll pull it up. No date. This one is circa early 1900s. I would guess right around 1900 to 1910. I don't think it's quite from the 1890s. Several nice illustrations in this one. The Monastery by Sir Walter Scott. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Really elegant looking spine right there. And again, with the thistles. These thistles, I don't know. I wasn't trying to do a thistle theme, but the thistles are just coming out of nowhere. Very elegant looking spine. Nice condition. The Monastery by Sir Walter Scott, circa right around 1900 and 1910. Indigo Moon got that. Thank you, Indigo. Great deal for you. I mean, $13 for an antique book when a hardcover at Barnes & Noble is like $30 plus tax, I think is a pretty great deal. Yep, thank you, Indigo. I'll sell you some more Sir Walter Scott after the Mark Twain. Mark Twain, Every Child Should Know, with a great color illustration on that front cover. Tight binding and tight hinges. This one is going to be copyright 1909. Let's see. I'll show you the contents. Looks like you got some Tom Swift and some Huckleberry Finn, plus a bunch of other stories as well. Oh yeah, that does make sense. That's to have the thistles. But I'm just seeing a lot of thistles everywhere. Because look, the Robert Louis Stevenson also has the thistles as well. Plus, there was a couple other random books today that had thistles. So very weird. This one does have some color plates. Looks like, oh no, not color plates. Black and white illustrations. Several black and white illustrations. Mark Twain, Every Child Should Know, 1909. Yep, the thistles are everywhere. Let's go. 1909, Mark Twain, Every Child Should Know. Great book of short stories from the different writings of Mark Twain. And then I will run through some more Sir Walter Scott, maybe some Robert Louis Stevenson, maybe some Albert Hubbard. We'll see what we got time. We have a little bit of time left. Got about 20 or 25 minutes. Then I'm going to be rating you off to my buddy JFed_Antique Books. He has some great Victorian bindings coming up tonight. Samuel at 23, L. Kaufman at 25, looking for 27 on the 1909 Mark Twain, Every Child Should Know. We're at 27 for Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. All right, let me pull. We have a few more. Actually, I was just going through one of my storage rooms and I found these Sir Walter Scott. I'm like, these are awesome. How have I not sold these already? Here you have the Talisman by Sir Walter Scott, again, circa right around 1900 to 1910. These all have nice tight binding and tight hinges. No rips or staining or anything like that. The Talisman by Sir Walter Scott. And we got more thistles on the border of that one. Nice illustrated edition. Looks about 10 illustrations in this one. And again, just really nice, clean condition. The Talisman by Sir Walter Scott. Let's go. We're going to run through. We got 4 more of these after this. They're all really nice condition, so I probably won't spend too much time showing them off. But they're all very nice. Indigo Moon at 17 and 19 with L. Kaufman. Looking for 21. Last call. Nope, Samuel's hopping in. If you wait till the end of the sale, that's when you're going to get the best deals. Thank you, L. Kaufman 68. I appreciate that. New customer number 7 of the night, and thank you very much for your first purchase. I appreciate it. If you don't know, I sell books every Sunday morning and Tuesday night. Plus, I do some random pop-up shows throughout the week as well. Got way too many books. I need to sell. I should be selling books 24/7, but I don't quite have the stamina for that. So I'll just sell as much as I possibly can. Up next, we have The Abbot, again by Sir Walter Scott. I'm just going to get this one running. Again, really nice condition, circa 1900 to 1910. Nice condition on this one. Dang, let me turn off my energy saver on my computer. My battery's dying. Come on, wake up, buddy. We still got 30% remaining on the battery. We're doing good. 9 looking for 10 on the Abbot by Sir Walter Scott. Early 1900s. Very good condition. Indigo Moon. Nope, L. Kaufman and Indigo Moon. What about Samuel? Where's Samuel? Indigo Moon at 15. Indigo got that. Thank you, Indigo. All right, up next you have Anne of Geierstein. Again, nice condition. Early 1900s, Sir Walter Scott. We are just going to run it because, as always, it's great condition. I checked all the hinges for you. Early 1900s, Anne of Geierstein. What? Why didn't anyone bid on that? Let's try it again. Early 1900s, Anne of Geierstein. There we go. Sometimes the Whatnot app, for whatever reason, doesn't let people bid. I don't quite understand it. We are at 5 and 6, looking for 7 on this one, on the Anne of Geierstein, Sir Walter Scott, early 1900s, illustrated edition. There's probably about 8 or 10 illustrations in all of these titles. Beautiful books. Canny at 11. Canny got a deal on that one. Thank you, Canny. Tell you what, we got 2 more. We got Count Robert of Paris. 10 seconds on the clock. That one is running again. Nice, clean condition all the way around. Tight bindings, tight hinges, everything you want in an antique book. Circa right around 1900 to 1910 on this one. We are at 9, looking for 10. Better off, Red. Yeah, I think you're better off. All right, last of the Sir Walter Scott for the night is Old Mortality. Old Mortality by Sir Walter Scott. This is the last of the blue Sir Walter Scott. Let's go. Looking for $1. Last of the Sir Walter Scott for the night. We are going to sell for about 20 more minutes, and then I'm going to raid you guys off to my buddy JFed_antique books. We are at 6, looking for 7 on this one. We are at 8, last call. Oh, Samuel's hopping in at 9. Last one goes to Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. All right, we do have some nice, I don't know, we got a little bit of everything, really. I do have a couple of these cool little journeys by Albert Hubbard. Journeys to the Homes of the Great, with the original dust jacket and a beautiful book underneath. I've seen some of these bindings, but never with the dust jackets. The dust jackets usually got thrown away. They almost always got thrown away, unfortunately. Journeys to the Homes of the Greats by Albert Hubbard, Memorial Edition. Copyright 1928. And this one has Robert Browning, Alfred Tennyson, Robert Burns, John Milton, Samuel Johnson, Thomas Macaulay, Lord Byron, Joseph Addison, Robert Southey, Samuel Coleridge, Benjamin Disraeli. Yeah, I agree, Jana. Some of the dust jackets aren't very exciting. And this one does have a beautiful binding underneath. There's an illustration of all of the different authors. So there's John Milton. Little Journeys to Homes of the Great by Albert Hubbard. This is volume 5. 10 seconds on the clock. Great lineup of authors in this one. And again, beautiful book underneath that dust jacket. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to show off the covers? But save the dust jackets. You can tuck them behind the shelf or something. We are at 8, looking for 9. Great contents in this one for Canny. Canny got it. Thank you, Canny. Up next, we got another title. This is Little Journeys to Homes of the Great, volume 8. And this one covers great philosophers. Again, really nice looking dust jacket and a great looking book underneath. Little Journeys to Homes of Great Philosophers. I guarantee you this one has some awesome... Yep, look at that. We got Socrates, Seneca, Aristotle, Marcus Aurelius, Immanuel Kant, Swedenborg, Spinoza, Auguste Comte, Voltaire, Herbert Spencer, Schopenhauer, and Henry David Thoreau. And again, there's a portrait of each one of these fellas somewhere. There you go. There's Spinoza. This one is 1928, and guys, what a crazy great lineup of philosophers. Look at that. Socrates, Aristotle, Marcus Aurelius, Spinoza, Voltaire, Schopenhauer, Henry David Thoreau. 1928, beautiful book with the original dust jacket. I mean, it doesn't get much better. Journeys to Homes of the Great Philosophers. Quite a lineup of contents in this one. At 17, looking for 19. We got 19 and 21 looking for 23. I mean, this is probably one of, awesome contents in this one for sure. L. Kaufman, gotta thank you, L. Kaufman. Let me find your pile. All right, we do have some more, but these are a different edition. Little Journeys to Homes of the Great, again with the original dust jackets. I don't have the whole set. Oh, how cool is this Art Deco binding with the roses? Very Art Deco roses on the covers. Very nice condition underneath as well. This is great. Little Journeys to Homes of the Great Teachers. So let's take a look and see what we have here for contents. Again, by Albert Hubbard, published by the World Publishing Company, 1928. Oh, great contents here. You got Moses, Confucius, Pythagoras, Plato, King Alfred, Erasmus, Booker T. Washington, Thomas Arnold, Frederick Frobel, Hypatia, Saint Benedict, and Mary Eddy Baker. Great lineup of contents. I mean, Confucius, Moses, Pythagoras, Plato, Booker T. Washington, 1928, Journeys to the Homes of Great Teachers. Again, there's portraits of all of these gentlemen as well. If I can find them for you. There you go. There's Plato. Great contents in this one. Cookie got that one. Thank you, Cookie. That one had an awesome lineup of authors. C.S. Lewis. Nope, no C.S. Lewis tonight, unfortunately. This is Charles and Mary Lamb's Tales from Shakespeare, Every Child Should Know. Tales from Shakespeare, Every Child Should Know. Great cover, great color artwork on the front cover. Tight binding and tight hinges, as always. Lamb's Tales from Shakespeare that every child should know. This one is copyright 1919. You have all the classics. Tempest, Midsummer's Night Dream, Merchant of Venice, Macbeth, Twelfth Night, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Othello, Pericles, etc., etc., etc. I think there's some illustrations in this one. Somewhere. Somewhere. Okay, there's some cover, there's some chapter header illustrations, but otherwise I don't see any. 1939, not 1919. 1939, Tales from Shakespeare That Every Child Should Know. Great title right here. Let's go. Looking for $1. Great classic Tales from Shakespeare. And it does have, looks like it has almost all of the different Shakespeare stories in the contents. For the Love Of, got that one. Thank you very much. For the Love Of, new customer number 8 of the night. Thank you for the love of. For the Love Of. Oh, actually, someone asked for religious books. There's one of these books about Bible stories. Is it this one? No, not that one. This one. This is the, oh no, that's Kipling. Where's the Bible? Oh, up there. This is Bible Stories That Every Child Should Know. Yep. Great. Looks like the 3 wise men and the Star of Bethlehem up there. Bible Stories Every Child Should Know. Tight binding and tight hinges. This one is copyright 1922. All the classics. Cain and Abel, Noah and the Flood, the Tower of Babel, Abraham's Loyalty to God, Jacob's Dream. A lot of great classics. Looks like there's a few stories of Joseph. Oh gosh, we're only on page 2. This is page 2 and page 3. Tons and tons of great Bible stories, page after page. You get the point. There's a lot of great ones. Let's see if there's some illustrations. Yep, we do have some illustrations in this one. 1922, Bible Stories That Every Child Should Know. There's Ruth. There's the finding of Moses in the river. 1922, Bible Stories That Every Child Should Know. Great looking book, again with some illustrations. As always, looking for $1 on this one. Nice condition, especially for an antique kids book. L. Kaufman at 1. L. Kaufman, crazy deal for you there. All right, we do have some more pretty Robert Louis Stevenson with the Thistles. Tight binding and tight hinges. You're getting tired, Ampina? That's okay. I'm going to go for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to raid you guys off to Mr. JFed_antique books. So we're almost done for the night. Memoirs of Fleming Jenkin, and then Records of a Family of Engineers. Sleeping on that run. 1907 on this one, works of Robert Louis Stevenson. Nice condition, really nice condition. 1907. Oh, you were sleeping on the deal. Gotcha. I thought you were getting bored. 1907, Memoirs of Fleming Jenkin and Records of a Family of Engineers by Robert Louis Stevenson. Guys, look at that spine. Does no one want this one, really? We'll try it again. 1907, works of Robert Louis Stevenson in a very pretty binding. We are at 1, 2, 3, looking for 4. What a beautiful binding right there. Ampina at 5, Canny at 6. Nope. Ampina at 6, looking for 7. Ampina got it. Crazy deal for Ampina. Thank you. Let me find your pile. Let's see. Ampina, is that your first one? That might be your first one of the night. I think so. Yep, I think so too. I don't see a pile for you. Thank you very much. Ampina got that. Hopefully Mr. JFed is going to be hopping on shortly. And we will raid you guys off. I'm just going to go check to make sure he's not live yet. But he'll probably be starting in the next 5 or 10 minutes, and then I will raid you guys off to him. He has some really, really nice, beautiful books to sell tonight. Let's see, JFed_antique books. Nope, he's not live, but he will hopefully be live. Yep, 5 to 10 minutes. There you are. Okay, awesome. Yep, let me know. Maybe give me a heads up when you're hopping on. No rush, but I'll raid you here shortly. All right, we have some more. Oh, let's do that one. We have some more great Harvard classic titles to sell ya. Look at this. We have the Odyssey of Homer. Unfortunately, I don't have the Iliad. We only have the Odyssey, so you will just have to read this one. But a great classic title. The Odyssey of Homer, translated by S.H. Butcher and Andrew Lang. Really nice condition, nice looking frontispiece, and this one is copyright 1909. Classic title, The Odyssey of Homer. Really great looking book. Let's go. 1909, The Odyssey of Homer. Classic title right here. One of the greatest works of literature. We are at 13 with Better Off Red. Thank you, Better Off Red. You got it. Great deal for you. Let's see, number 3 for you. All right. Oh, here. Okay, here's a cool one. This is the Complete Poems of John Milton. Nope, no sermon books tonight. I'm trying to think. I suppose you're probably busy on Sunday, but I will be selling some early sermon books on Sunday morning. The Complete Works of John Milton. I think this one has Paradise Lost. Yep, copyright 1909. It does have, let's see, I think this one has Paradise Lost, doesn't it? Yep, it has Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, plus all of the other poems of John Milton. But those are the ones that everyone really wants to read, is Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, plus all of the other poems of John Milton. Nice condition on this one. 1909, part of the Harvard Classic Series, but is the Complete Poems in English of John Milton. And again, it has Paradise Lost and Paradise. Yeah, that's true. I'll try to find you some really early sermon books, and I'll send you a message when I track some down for you. We are at 15, looking for 17. Cookie in Maine. You got it, Cookie. Thank you, Cookie. Cookie got that one. All right. Yeah, I pulled I had a few. I don't have the complete set of Harvard classics, but I tried to pull the most interesting titles for you. Oh, actually, John, you might like this one. This is the Confessions of St. Augustine and the Imitation of Christ. Again, from the Harvard Classics, copyright 1909. The Confessions of St. Augustine and the Imitation of Christ by Thomas Kempis. Copyright 1909. Classic religious text right here. And again, just a really nice antique edition of the Harvard Classics and two great titles. We are at 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12, and 15, and 18, and 20. Orion in at 20. You got it, Orion, and thank you for all the backup bidders. I appreciate y'all very much. It wouldn't be an auction without you also wanting the books. All right, up next we have 9 Greek dramas. Let's try to fly through a few more Harvard classics for you. And again, I'm trying to bring you the best titles, not the less exciting ones. 9 Greek dramas by Achilles, Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes. 1909. Yep, this is a great one. And that last. They're all good, I think. I tried to bring you the best titles of the Harvard Classics. This one is running. We are going to raid you off to JFed Books here in just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. But I'll try to sneak a few more in here. Great title, 9 Greek Dramas, 1909, by the classic authors Achilles, Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes. We are at 17 with Cookie. Thank you, Cookie. Got a couple more. Oh, this one's cool. Voyages and Travels. And again, these are all really nice condition. The covers are great. Did I get those names right? I honestly don't know if I say those names right or not. I think I do, but I'm not sure on those. There's some of the ancient philosophers that I'm like, oh, I don't have the slightest idea how to say their names. Voyages and Travels. Oh, this is cool. You have a travel, an account of Egypt. You have Tacitus in Germany. I think I just butchered that one. You got Sir Francis Drake. You have A Voyage to Newfoundland and the Discovery of Guinea by Sir Walter Raleigh. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm very uncertain about some of those. Yep, say it with confidence, and I'll make everyone else question the way they see it. Actually, you want to know who I've been butchering my whole life? I'm going to put it in the chat. This German author in the chat. I've been saying Goethe my whole life, and it's Goethe. And I still don't know if I'm saying it right. I think I'm close. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. But I've been saying that author's name wrong forever, and then someone finally corrected me a couple weeks ago here on Whatnot. So that's a very tricky one. And I think almost everyone says that one wrong. So I guess I'm not the only one, luckily. It's spelled Goethe, but it's pronounced Goethe. Yeah. Yep. I think that's how you say it. It's weird. Next, you have the letters of Marcus Tullius Cicero and the letters of Gaius Plinius Cecilia. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, that one's a tough one. 1909. Two classic ancient authors. 1909. Yeah, 10 seconds on the clock. Oh, Pliny. That's it. That is short. Letters and Treatises of Cicero and Pliny, 2 ancient authors. Classic authors. Again, nice condition. 1909. Letters and Treatises of Cicero and Pliny at 8 and 9. Looking for 10. Let's go. We're almost done with the show. We're going to sell for just a tiny bit longer. And then I hope you guys go check out my buddy JFed. He has some killer stuff. Yeah, the Germans are tough. And the French. The French are probably the most difficult to try to figure out. Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. Nice classic book on economics and stuff like that. An Inquiry into the Nature and Cause of the Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. Classic book on economics. Copyright 1909. Lots of stuff on labor and employment and profit and money and wages and banking and stocks and money and taxes and political economy, all of that stuff. Classic Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. This is an absolute classic in the business and economics world. Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith at $1. Looking for 2. We are at 3 and 4. Looking for 5. I'm going to go check to make sure JFed. Yep, JFed is live, guys. We're going to do, tell you what, we're going to do one more book, and then I'm going to raid you guys off. Okay, awesome. October 1st. Everyone, please go check out the Hobbit _85. Sounds like he has a very nice Goethe set coming up on October 1st is like, is that a couple days here? That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's October 1st. Okay, everyone go check out the Hobbit _85. He has a really nice Goethe set. Yep, tomorrow. Last one of the day. It's a Harvard Classics 1909. Oh, it's in 2 weeks. Okay, never mind. October 13th or 14th, maybe. We have Plato. Okay, I don't know how to say that one. Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. Plato, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, 1909. Okay, it is the first. The first is the poetry. So, okay, tomorrow he's selling poetry. Last lot of the day, Plato, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Tell you what, I'll do one more lot. I'll do a bundle lot for you, and then I'm going to raid you guys off to JFed. Better Off Red at 10. Looking for 11. Better Off Red. Got that. Thank you, Better Off Red. All right, let's have fun. We're going to do a big bundle lot for you. This is going to be, I'm going to do it as a 4-pounder, but it's going to be a lot more than 4 pounds. I'm going to add a little bit more time. All right, guys, we are going to do, this is Kipling Stories Every Child Should Know. Yep, bundle deal. I'm starting it right now, but I'm going to do a bunch of deals. Kipling short stories. You're going to get Patriotic Stories Every Child Should Know. You're going to get In the South Seas by Robert Louis Stevenson. You're going to get A Little Journeys to Homes of Great whoever the heck. You're going to get A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to get Life on the Mississippi by Mark Twain. That's 6. You're going to get Wild Animals I Have Known by Ernest Tom Seating. That is 7. Whew. We got 7 books on the pile already. How about what else? Let's do the first book of Indians. That's 8. 8 books for the price of 1. Cast bets in at 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books that could all sell by themselves, but we're doing a bundle deal for the last lot of the day. Cast bet, you got it. Thank you so much, Cass. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a Max kind of thing. I don't do bundle deals like Max. Max loves to sell bundles. All right, we got to raid you off to JFed. Thank you all for a wonderful night. I'm very grateful for every single one of you. Yep, thank you, Angeline and Casbat and Cecilia and everyone else for coming and supporting me. Orion, thank you all. Guys, let's go check out my buddy JFed. He has some really cool books to sell tonight. Thank you. I very much appreciate y'all.
For history, I think we just got the raid. Did we? There we are. We got the raid. Animal Vet 52 with the raid. Thank you so much, Ken. Everybody, please follow Ken. Animal Vet 52.